This is iPhone 7. It's the best iPhone that we have ever created. This is iPhone XS. It is the most advanced iPhone we've ever created. iPhone 11 Pro, and these are the most powerful and most advanced iPhones that we have ever built.
This is the best iPhone we've ever created.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be helping you guys answer the question whether the iPhone 14 or 14 Pro models is worth the upgrade. So let's get into it. It all depends on which model you currently have. If you have the 13 Pro series and are looking for a better camera upgrade, better battery life, and a better chip, then yes, like the iPhone 14 is a no-brainer. If you have the extra cash on hand to drop the $1,000 price for the iPhone 14 Pro, 100% it's worth it. Now let me discuss the different type of breakdowns from this new upgrade if you decide to get the 14 Pro models. Now, for the longest time, Apple has had 12 megapixel for their camera sensors, and this has been one of the largest upgrade of the camera sensors there has been so far on the iPhone. It's jumping from a 12 megapixel sensor to a 48 megapixel sensor, and that is, as Apple described on their website, a 65% larger sensor. You're going to be getting more details and more information in your photos. You're going to be getting way better night photos as well. And if you decide to zoom into your photos, it's going to look way crispier and have more details in every single pixel. Apple really knows how to utilize their megapixel sensors and really maximize the quality from it. So there's definitely an improvement from the 13 Pro models to the 14 Pro models. Now for the average user, if you're coming from the 12 Pro series or even the 11 series, you're going to see a major improvement. Even coming from the 12 Pro to the 13 Pro was a major improvement, but if you're coming from the 12 or even the XS, you're going to see a massive difference. Now, let's say you don't take a lot of photos, you're not really photogenic. Well, don't worry. If you love taking video, for instance, the video capabilities now is insane. Like, it's pretty much like a professional camera in your pocket. It's insane how great it is at this point. You can get 4K at 24 or 30 frames per second. Now we get the option, which is amazing. You have the second generation sensor shift optical image stabilization, which essentially means if you have shaky hands or if you're trying to record somebody doing some crazy physical activity and it involves a lot of movement, you have no reason to worry. You don't need a gimbal. It's going to be as if you have a GoPro. And this is very new. This wasn't on the previous series, the 13 Pro or 13 or even the 12. And another great feature that Apple provides is if you're into videography, you can shoot, view, edit, and share in ProRes or Dolby Vision HDR, which essentially means you get the raw clips, the raw footage, and you're able to color correct it how you want to, because it provides you with so much information, which is amazing, honestly. The fact that Apple already has this capability for, I know the 13 Pro series has this, the ProRes, if you get 256 gigabytes and up, but this is really great for people who take their videography seriously. Now let's say you're not really into the camera, you don't take a lot of videos, you don't take a lot of photos. Like, what else is there for me? Well, there is a better battery life. Actually, one of the best battery life in the whole smartphone industry, if I do say so myself. I personally have the 13 Pro right now, and it really lasts me the entire day. If you're looking for an upgrade from your XS, I highly recommend looking into the 14 Pro or the 14 regular phone. So Apple claims on their website that you can get up to 29 hours of video playback on iPhone 14 Pro Max, or you can get up to 23 hours video playback on the iPhone 14. Now, for me, I am a heavy user. I am always on social media. I'm always creating content, or I'm always just very busy keeping track of the news or whatever I'm doing. I'm on my phone consistently. I'm trying not to be. I know I'm kind of addicted, but I'm on my phone consistently, and I shoot a lot of video too. And I realized that the battery, like, I never had to think about my battery. I remember I upgraded from the 10S to the 13 Pro. It was a major difference. It was night and day. I can actually go the entire day without worrying about it. If you're looking to even upgrade from the 11, I would do it just for that. Like, the iPhone 14 Pro also offers like a better refresh rate on your screen. So before, the 12 models as well, the 12 series had a 60 hertz refresh rate, and what you get from the 13 and the 14 models, you're able to have a better refresh rate. And what this essentially means is that your phone will feel more smoother, more rapid, like it's going to feel faster in the hand. And the phone also automatically behind the scenes essentially lowers its refresh rate if it doesn't need to constantly change itself and use the whole 120. So that's really good for you because it saves you a lot of battery life. Now, let's say hypothetically speaking, your phone starts to slow down and you realize that, something feels a little bit more glitchy, or my phone just feels a little bit slower. Well, there is a new A16 Bionic chip in the iPhone 14 Pro series. And now I do want to mention that Apple did not include the new A16 Bionic chip in the iPhone 14 models. This basically means that the 13 Pro chip, the A15 Bionic chip, is inside of the iPhone 14 models. I'm not a really big fan of that because the chip contains all the components of how the phone runs and operates. So in order for you to have the best battery usage and optimization for the battery and optimization for the camera and the CPU and the graphics card and everything and the RAM, in order for all of that to work really well, you would need a better chip for that. It is essentially the brain of your phone. And for Apple to just recycle and reuse a different chip from the previous generation kind of feels like a little bit of a steal for people who are trying to upgrade to this new iPhone 14. And people will think, oh, it's 14, so it's better than the 13, and it's essentially the same as the 14 Pro, or it's similar to the 14 Pro. But this upgrade essentially is not like the biggest upgrade because it has the same chip as the 13 series. But those are the three major upgrades and things that you should look at when upgrading for a new phone. Nowadays, people aren't upgrading as frequently because we've kind of reached the point of like your phones will last you 3 to 4 years, and then that's when people just start to decide like, okay, maybe I do need to upgrade because my battery is slowing down, or because my phone shuts off, or the camera, it's not providing the best photo quality, and so on. That's basically the main reason why people are upgrading nowadays. But your 10S, your 11, or your 12 will provide you these similar features. And another thing, if you're not able to spend the $799 for the 14 model or the $1,000 for the iPhone 14 Pro model, then you're able to hold off until you get the new software update, and that kind of gives you a better refresh for your phone. And the iOS 16 software update is coming to all of the series that I listed, from the 10, 10S, 10S Max, the 10R, 11, 11 Pro. Apple's even giving the update to the iPhone 8. Oh, and another little slight difference of the screen, and I'm not sure if this is gonna push anybody into getting the iPhone 14, but The notch is still there. However, the notch is now, it has a pill shape, and they call it the dynamic island. So what essentially is happening here, and people are describing it like a touch bar. So Apple decided to mix a hardware feature with software capabilities to enhance your experience by making it usable. So you're able to really like look at the cute little animations when you're putting in your AirPods Pro or your AirPods. You're able to look at your music pop up, or you can see the Face ID show up, the little animation. I think it's a really interesting concept what they're doing, how they're mixing software and hardware. They're not getting rid of this notch, and now it's just shaped like a little cute pill. But it's just interesting how Apple really said, we're gonna stick to this and we're gonna try to make it as fun as possible. And I think it's a cute feature, but I wouldn't really make that upgrade from your 13 Pro to get this little feature, because at the end of the day, like, I think after 15 minutes you're gonna get used to it, and then you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, it's there. I hope this video has helped you guys significantly to making this decision, whether you're wanting to upgrade from like a very old model, or you're just trying to see what the features and specs are. And this is, you know, the main 3 things that I would really focus on. There are other features as well, like the crash detection. In case you end up in a car crash, the phone is able to call 911 on your behalf if you're unconscious, which is a really good feature. And there's also another SOS feature where if you are lost in the mountains or you're hiking somewhere and you have no cellular service or anything, Apple will provide the iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro users to have access to the satellites, and they're able to make that distress call if needed. But this is, however, a subscription base for it, so it's only going to be on your phone for only 2 years. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you give this video a big thumbs up, share with your friends, let them be informed and know what the new features are for this phone, whether they're interested or not, or even switching from an Android phone to this iPhone. And also subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's free. That's free. The iPhone isn't, but subscribing is free. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, take care.